Friday, May 15th. This is our math lesson. Today we're going to focus on counting nickels. This is not something that we spend a lot of time on. We haven't spent a ton of time on money, and we kind of need to spend some time on that. You need to practice knowing the amounts of coins and be able to count those together. So I've got some coins in front of me. If you've got some coins at home to look at, that might be a good idea. So I have the penny in front of me, okay? And if we were going to draw a penny, we would put a P with a circle around it to show our work. That's how we would know it was a penny. We could say that a penny is worth 1 cent, and this is how we would write that down. This is our cent sign. So a penny is worth 1 cent. A penny is 1. A penny is like having 1 cube, okay? We've seen that comparison in class before. We worked on some exchanges. What we've worked on exchanges with in class are dimes. So I have the dime held up, okay? And I would show a dime by making a D with a circle around it. I would write that down and tell you that a dime is worth 10 cents. And a dime is equal to a long, because a long is worth 10. And counting by tens is something we've done all year long, something you probably even did in kindergarten. So we should be really good at counting by tens. So what we're going back to do today would fit right in the middle of those, because we're going to go and talk about the nickel. And that would be represented by an N with a circle around it. And a nickel is worth 5 cents. And if I was going to show you how much a nickel is worth with cubes, I would have to draw 5 cubes. So what we need to know is that a nickel is worth 5. So I've got a nickel in front of me, and I want you to see the difference in sizes between the nickel and the dime. It seems kind of strange that the dime is worth 10, that it's worth more than the nickel, but it's smaller. But that's how it's made. I always thought that was strange as a kid too. And then the penny too. Penny's even a little bit bigger than the dime, and it's only worth 1. So you want to make sure that you understand the differences in the sizes. You want to take a look at the different sides of the coin. Notice that we've got a head side, then the other side they call the tail side. A couple of them have these buildings on it, and the other one, the dime, has the torch on it. And there you may even see some different ones that are made out there, because they're changing some of the coins sometimes, and they put different pictures on them. I always can't keep up. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a page in your packet. Should be getting close to the end of that packet now. That's got all these coins on it. Okay? Now, these coins, it's all in black and white. They're not in color, so it's going to be hard to tell the difference. So what I recommend that you do is look closely at the picture. They do have them sized appropriately. And what you might do is write either the name of it, like by putting the letter, or put how much it's worth at the top. So starting up here at this top one, I can see that we've got a dime. So I'm going to put 10, and I see another dime, another dime, another dime. And then I notice that that one's different. That one I can even read the 1 cent on it, so I know it's 1. And then this one is a nickel, it's 5. So I've labeled mine that way. I've labeled mine by putting how much they're worth on the top. Now when it's time to start counting, what I do is I want to count my tens first, because it's easy to count by tens. Then in your head, you have to switch this little gear. You have to say, okay, I've counted by tens, but now if I've got nickels, I have to start counting by fives. And then if I've got pennies, I'm going to have to switch that little gear in my head again, and now I'm going to have to start counting by ones. So this first one is going to look like this, and you can count at home and try it with me and see if we end up with the same number. Okay, I'm going to get pointing in the right spot here. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40. Now I'm going to skip over that 1, and I'm going to say 45. And now I'm going to go back and say 46. So I counted my tens first, 10, 20, 30, 40. Then I counted my nickels, because it's easier to do that next before you start adding a bunch of ones. And if I'm on 40, think about the number grid. If you're on 40 and you're going to add 5, you're just going to move from 40 to 45, not 50, because this is not a 10. And then you're going to take one more hop on that number grid, and you'd land on 46. So in the blank, you're going to write down 46 cents. Go ahead and practice writing that cents symbol. And then go on to the next one. Take a look at this coin. What are you going to label that one? 5. About this one? See a penny, you should label it 1. What about this one? What'd you label it? 5, 5, 5, 1. Okay, so add those labels. Make sure you're looking carefully at these coins so you know what they are. So now I've got them labeled, and I have no dimes this time, so I'm not going to start by counting by 10s. I'm going to start by counting my nickels. I'm going to count by 5s. You might want to practice that a few times just in your head. Practice counting by 5. See how high you can get. And then when you count them, something else I didn't do on number 1 that you might try is to cross it out when you know you're finished with it. Because see this 1 they snuck in between all these nickels? And I'm going to come back and count that one at the end. So you might cross them out and say, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then go back 21, 22. Okay? So I've done 2 with you. I want you to try and finish the rest on your own. I would like for you to show this page to me. I want to see how you labeled them and how you're able to find the answer. Now I am going to tell you something. When you flip to the next page in your packet, parents, hope you're listening. The answers are there for you to check your work. Do not skip to that page. That isn't going to help you learn how to count these nickels. Do this page first. You can let a parent have that other page and check it, or just snap a picture of it and send it to me and let me check it, because I really want to see how you came up with your answers. I want to see if you put those labels up there to help you count those coins. Okay? We go back to my directions. I've done so much talking about these coins, I forgot what the other thing in the packet was. The other thing in the packet was this Math Home Links page. It's an old one from a long time ago. It says 5-5 at the top, and it's just to get you practicing math. So it's not really anything to do with counting nickels. You can snap a picture and send that one to me, but what I really want you to do is practice counting those nickels. So if you've got a bunch of change laying around the house, you got dimes, nickels, and pennies, get those out and practice counting them, and practice counting different combinations to get that drilled in. It's something that you're going to want to be able to do. You're going to get to 2nd grade and your teacher's going to expect you to know how to do that. So practice counting those coins.